my first introduction to the Gold Cup and Saucer would have been aware of it in the early 70s. And then in St. John, it was quite a big ordeal to try to make it to Prince Edward Island with the ferry and whatnot. So probably my first memories were sitting over in a diner next to Exhibition Park, listening on a shortwave radio to the race calls of Gold Cup week, including the Gold Cup and Saucer used to go on Friday evenings. So I have memories of that, to be people gathered around this diner, all listening, because there was no video or computers back then, Nicole. So we had to do that. And then the first one that I attended would have been 1979. And I was there with one of my best friends, Randy Phillips, and some other folks. And Randy and I were hanging over the fence watching the race. And the St. John horse, Flying Caper, was in the lead. And Randy thought he was going to hang on. And I talked about this in the book, and I tell this story to everybody who will hear it. As they were coming, and they were just in a complete bunch coming around the last turn, 8 horses, and you could throw a blanket over all of them. And Randy said, I think Marcel might be able to hang on. And I said, no, Al Leiter's got this race all won as soon as he squeezes out of the 2-hole. And I no sooner said that, where he got inadvertently hit in the face with a whip and rolled off stride, and allowed Cuico to come storming through, a deserving winner, to win the Gold Cup and Saucer. And again, I've said it on podcasts over the years, I am responsible for Al Leiter losing the 1979 Gold Cup and Saucer. So, but that was the first of many over the years. If I did make the Gold Cup and Saucer, I may have been there for the trials. So that was a good one. And 1981 with Henry Butler winning, a St. John horse, or Steve Mahar, St. John driver, and Ferguson-owned horse. I was there for that one. That was very exciting. And Power Baron, 1976 winner. So another St. John horse. And Scotch Gorman, who I'm great friends with the Ryan family, won in 1974. So one of the things that is different now, and I understand that fans want to see, speed, and they want to see great horses come from all over. But back then, they had 20 good maritime horses from Halifax, Sydney, Moncton, Ferguson, St. John, the island, and they were all very competitive, and they were close. So it was really kind of up for grabs. And it was great to see those horses all come and compete for the Gold Cup and Saucer. But then the times changed, and it became such a popular race that people from the big tracks from the States or Ontario would send their horses down in an effort to win it. So I understand how times changed, but myself and maybe a few others really, we kind of have a longing for that maritime connection, to have all those horses from the maritime tracks when they were all in existence send their best horse over in an attempt to win the Gold Cup and Saucer.